Hello and welcome, 18th of January. January is a pretty dark and dank month in general, but at the allotment that is also true. It's important to sort of get down here, get your winter jobs done before it all starts getting busy. Although January is dark and miserable, there's signs of life. The daffodils are starting to pop up out of the ground, and also January's start to sow my first seeds. So I've sown my chili seeds. Now we do have a new book at the start of the new year to chronicle the adventures this year. I can refer to that as I talk about my chilies. I've got some chili shake and de cayenne peppers from packets. I opened them packets last year, so hopefully they'll be alright. And I've saved some chili shake, some hot lemon and some basket of fire from last year's crop. Just kept some on a plate in the kitchen, dried them out, sowing them seeds. I also bought just a jalapeno that was reduced at the supermarket. Just split that open, get the seeds out, pop them in. So I sowed them last Sunday, so almost a week now, and some of them are starting to pop up. So all good there. Normally I keep them in the kitchen where I've got some big sort of patio doors, a lot of light there, but this year just in the spare bedroom, so I've got a lot of artificial light to help there. Obviously on a propagator to aid germination, but all's going well there. So there's two jobs I want to do this weekend at the plot. One is to sort my strawberries out, so sort of refreshed them last year, put a load of chippings down quite deep, wood chippings. And that's really helped suppress the weeds. I haven't had to do much weeding there at all this year, but we've got a new delivery of chippings, so I want to get in there and top those chippings up while the pile still exists. Only trouble is I've got a puncture on my wheelbarrow, so first job of the day is get that wheel off the wheelbarrow, take it home tonight, fix a puncture, come back and use that to transport chippings. The other job I want to get done this weekend is move some goji berries that I've got right at the back of the plot. I put them in as just bare root 3 years ago. They've obviously come on, but they're quite tall. I've even cut them back, but no berries on there yet. Maybe they're not getting enough sun there, so I'm going to move them to my new compost area where it's got some height in full sun, so they'll be able to grow up the front of that. So I'm going to transport them. So those are the two jobs I want to get done this weekend. Let's get on with trying to remove that wheel from the wheelbarrow. Hopefully I've got the right combination of spanners and things to make this work. Fingers crossed. Oh well. Don't help, it's freezing cold. Right. That looks positive. That looks positive. Come on. Oh. You know what? I'm just going to take it all home. Right. That's the first job done. How to move them goji berries. So the goji berries behind me. 3 years ago I just put them in as little sort of twigs. They've obviously grown. They've got really tall, so I've been pruning the tops off, but no sign of fruit yet. But let's dig them up, see what the roots are like. So some came out with more roots intact than others, but we should be okay. So that's that area tidied up. Let's get the bench back, move these over to the new compost area. So I've now got 7 holes. I've picked my 7 best goji berries, one with the most intact roots. If you saw my last video on when I constructed this compost area, you'll know there's a lot of stones, slabs, bricks just underneath the surface. This is the pile that I had to dig up, just to dig 7 holes down here. Anyway, the holes should be deep enough to put the goji berries in, right up to where they had the roots. So I'm going to get those in and tie them up. I've done some slight pruning to them, a bit arbitrary, but just tidy them up, get rid of all the old wood. It's almost like I know what I'm doing, which I don't. I'm going to put them in the ground and tie them up. And there we go then. I did a bit more pruning just to make sure they're not too close to each other, or sort of rubbing each other, if you like. So even if we don't get berries this year, we'll get some nice greenery to decorate the compost area. Right, I'm going to move them slabs and find my puncture repair kits. And we're back the next day. So it's been a few years since I've had to fix a puncture and a tyre, with my kids being all grown up now. 2 things that immediately sprung to mind when I started trying to fix that puncture. First of all, I'm not very good at fixing punctures, and secondly, I hate fixing punctures. That being said, give it a go. Got a puncture repair kit. The hole in the tyre was right near the valve, and I thought I'd fixed it. Putting it all back together, trying to get that valve through the little hole in the wheel hub. Anyway, look, it didn't work. I'm all for reusing and recycling and fixing things, but I think I need a new inner tube. And to be honest, when I looked, the price of a new inner tube is almost the same price as a new wheel, so thinking about that. Look, could I give it a bit more effort fixing that tyre? There's a phrase in there. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Well, maybe if at first you don't succeed, give it another go and then move on to plan B. Maybe I can get an old tyre off an old wheelbarrow, I don't know. But anyway, so we revert back to the manual method. A couple of bags for life and numerous trips down the path to the pile of chippings. So turns out a couple of those bag for lives all in them, they're about the same as a wheelbarrow full. So my first job is sorting the strawberry bed out here, which you can see is now the finished article. Ripping out all the old brown leaves and all the old sort of dead bits, thinning the strawberries out a bit. That made it look better to start with, to be honest. 4 trips, 8 bags of chippings later, and we've chipped that whole area. Make sure you get to the edges where the grass will encroach and stuff. So job done there. In terms of the other strawberry beds, maybe a job for another weekend. In terms of January jobs, I've got the goji berries moved. I sorted out one of my strawberry beds. January's a miserable time. A couple of weekends ago, it was a rare occurrence where I wasn't very well, so I didn't make it to the plot. Last weekend, ground was frozen solid, couldn't do anything apart from come down and feed the birds. So look, it's important to keep coming down the plot, getting away at these little jobs, chipping away at the jobs, you might say. But I'm pleased with what we've done. Those strawberry beds, I'll do them over the next couple of weekends and that. So all good here. Thanks for watching. Click subscribe, send me a comment. See you next time. Cheers.